It's official. Elon Musk now owns Twitter, and moments after the final wire transfers went through and the paperwork was signed, he fired the CEO and the CFO and the head of the Trust and Safety Department, Vijaya Gadde, who was responsible for making the decision to ban President Trump. And of course, the liberal media is not very happy about this.
We've got some late breaking news tonight, Allison. Elon Musk's $44 billion Twitter takeover is official. He's already started firing people, including Parag Agrawal and 2 other executives, that according to 2 sources. It's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, he has said that he plans to rethink Twitter's policies and approach to free speech.
Meaning restore free speech, CNN. Restore free speech.
He's also said he disagrees with permanent bans for those who repeatedly violate its rules, which, of course, has a lot of people watching to see what will happen with former President Trump. So, I think that it's fair to ask, what does this mean for all of our lives? Because it will have an impact.
This is Parag Agrawal. He took over as CEO for Jack Dorsey when he stepped down to go and work on Bitcoin projects, and now he is unemployed. And the memes are flowing. Here he is serving McDonald's to Elon and Donald Trump. And here's another one of Thanos. Elon as Thanos, wiping out half of the worthless Twitter employees with the snap of his fingers. Okay, it gets so much better. This is Vijaya Gadde. She's the one who was the head of the Trust and Safety team, the thought police, who made the decision to ban President Trump. So she also got fired yesterday as well. After Elon first made his move to take over the company, they had an all-hands-on-deck meeting. And according to Politico, she reportedly cried, expressing concerns about what Elon Musk's leadership could mean for the company. After news broke that the takeover was complete, MSNBC did what they always do. They reported fake news and cited a parody statement that was purportedly from Donald Trump that they reported as a fact, as his actual statement, because, of course, they didn't go to his Truth Social account and actually look to see if he issued a statement. They just regurgitated a literal parody statement that was floating around Twitter as if it were true.
Side note, just a moment ago, Trump himself issued a statement congratulating Elon Musk on buying Twitter. He says his account will be back on Monday.
Well, that is your worst nightmare, and we can only hope that it will come true. Taylor Lorenz, who works at the Washington Post, whose job it is to write hit pieces to try to get conservatives canceled, who doxed the woman who runs the Libs of TikTok Twitter account, only to result in her follower count doubling and maybe even tripling at this point, tweeted out that it's like the gates of hell have opened on this site tonight because so many people are tweeting quite edgy things about pronouns and transgender people and the pandemic and the virus and masks and pretty much everything. Things are going to get very interesting when previously banned accounts either get restored or those users rejoin and then start to build their followers back up. And the Babylon Bee has basically been boycotting Twitter for most of this year after this tweet violated Twitter's terms of service when they declared Rachel Levine, the transgender assistant health secretary, the second in command of our nation's health, man of the year. And that was considered to be a violation of the policies. As I've been saying, that's considered to be misgendering them. And so the tweet is still up, but in order to gain access and tweet again, the Babylon Bee would have to acknowledge that they broke the rules and then delete the tweet, which they haven't done. And Elon Musk did a sit-down interview with the Babylon Bee. He likes the Babylon Bee. I think he commented on them being suspended for posting this tweet. And so one of the first accounts that's going to get restored or have the strike removed and return to Twitter is going to be the Babylon Bee. James O'Keefe's name was trending last night from so many people tweeting to Elon, telling him to restore his account and Project Veritas's. And I think that they probably will be. And in fact, you know that there's a long list, too long for me to go through now, of people whose accounts should and likely could be restored, from Carpe Donktum to Alex Jones, of course, to Donald Trump. But it's going to be really interesting to see when these accounts start to get restored. The left is going to go insane. They're going to absolutely lose their mind. And it'll also be interesting to see who doesn't get restored. Is Elon going to restore the Proud Boys account? Is Elon going to lift the ban on the Proud Boys? Because literally, if somebody is a known member of the Proud Boys, they're not allowed to even have a Twitter account because that group has been defamed as a hate group. when they're really no different than any ordinary Tea Party. Of course, Antifa and Black Lives Matter accounts, really part of a terrorist movement, are allowed to be on the platform, to thrive on the platform, and in many cases, make death threats, break the terms of service, and are given the coveted blue check verification. So it's going to be really wild here in the next couple days or weeks to see who gets restored and who doesn't. Of course, Elon should restore President Trump's account immediately, and he said that he would let him back on the platform. But it's going to be interesting to see if he actually does restore the account. Donald Trump said that he's not coming back to Twitter because he has Truth Social. And so Elon might use that as sort of a cop-out to not restore the account, to not bring all of those tweets back, which really are part of the historical record that got dumped down the memory hole and censored. So Elon, whether Trump's going to use the account or not, he should restore it, and he really should restore it today. And just like we have, thankfully, numerous other platforms to use other than Twitter, from Gab to Getter to Truth Social to Telegram and Parler, Democrats have now started their own social media platform as a Twitter alternative so that they can escape the mean tweets from all the conservatives now who will be able to hopefully speak our minds on Twitter. And obviously, they hate free speech that much. So if they can't ban us, they want liberals to go and join the tribal social network. They're recruiting on their Twitter account, and they're retweeting a bunch of people who are claiming that they're going to now leave Twitter and that they have signed up for tribal social. Of course, they won't quit. They need us. They love to hate us as much as we love to hate them. But they're tweeting and retweeting a bunch of people who are supposedly left, like this guy. I was one of the early adopters on Twitter, have set up a new account on Tribal Social, getting ready to make the jump. Hashtag Exodus. Heard Tribal Social is the next Twitter. I'm signing up now. As great as Twitter could be if Elon loosens the rules, which it looks like he's going to do, it's still great to have platforms like Gab and Truth Social and Telegram and these other places that some people often call echo chambers. But it's actually nice to have a place in people that are just ideologically aligned, because Twitter incentivizes dogpiling, and with a simple quote tweet or just tagging somebody in a tweet or being tagged in a tweet, people send their followers to flood the replies of someone else's tweet, which, I mean, can be fun, and dunking on people is a lot of fun, but also it can be annoying. And sometimes you want to just have a place where you can have a conversation with a bunch of people who actually are like-minded. Not to mention, Twitter can be a tremendous waste of time, and I have broke my Twitter habit. I haven't tweeted in almost 4 months. Still haven't joined the Twitter party celebrating Elon's victory, because I just find that, especially as a media personality, and if you use Twitter, then you know, people get addicted to it, and they feel that they need to just give their 2 cents on every trending topic and reply to every story that comes on. And you just get sucked down these rabbit holes. And I found that it's a tremendous time waster for me. And I would prefer to hang out in the comments here on YouTube. So if you're subscribed to the channel, be sure that you have the notifications turned on so that when I reply to your comment, you'll actually get the notification. Otherwise, if you don't have notifications turned on, I don't think you get a notification that or someone has replied to your comment, and then the only way to see is to go back to the video and then scroll through and try to find your comment. And of course, a heads up, probably don't need to say this, but there are trolls and bots that impersonate me on every single video. I block them every day. They just keep coming back multiple times a day. So I'm never going to contact you with a WhatsApp number and say that you want a prize and ask you for some crypto or whatever. That's not me. Just click on my username, and then it'll take you to my YouTube homepage, and you can see that it's actually me. I have the verified check mark, and you can see how many videos I've uploaded, the subscriber account, and all that. So I do like to hang out in the comments here, and I am a YouTuber. That is a major part of my identity, not a twit or Twitterer, whatever you call people. And not to disrespect the Twitter personalities, I think it's an important battlefield in the information war. It's the public town square in a sense. I think it's great that there are a lot of people that dedicate time and build huge followings over there and help drive the narrative over there. But I just think that my time is better spent here. I said this before, I don't think that Elon knew what he was getting into when he first made this move, which is why I think he tried to back out of the deal, not to get a lower price or because he felt that Twitter had misrepresented the number of fake accounts or the value of the platform. I think that he started to realize what was going to happen to him being enemy number one and then wanted to back out, but he'd crossed the Rubicon, past the point of no return. The courts were going to make him buy the platform, and so he decided to agree to it. So things are going to get very interesting for him. I wouldn't be surprised if there are protests at his other companies from employees trying to demand that he enact certain policies or ban certain users on Twitter. I don't think anybody understands the problems that are going to come Elon's way to try to derail him and to try to derail free speech on one of the biggest social media platforms on the planet. I'm certainly no Elon Musk fanboy. He is a transhumanist building neural interfaces, or BMIs, brain machine interfaces, that he literally wants ordinary human beings, able-bodied humans, to wire into their brains in order to merge with artificial intelligence and become super transhuman, like out of The Lawnmower Man or the movie Transcendence. A lot of fanboys of his are in denial about this, saying that it's only for people who are handicapped. No, that's only phase one. He's made it very clear that his end game for his Neuralink device, which is another company, a lot of people don't talk about his Neuralink company. He's literally building these things, and they've been trying to build them for many, many years. So he's going to supposedly show it off fairly soon. There have been other similar devices like Brain Gate. I've covered this 15 years ago. And so, sure, on the surface, first phase, very noble, helping people in a wheelchair or people that are quadriplegic, paraplegic, move a mouse on a computer or operate external mechanical limbs. Very noble. But he's made it clear that his ultimate goal is to have ordinary able-bodied humans wire neural interfaces into our brains, which I never will, in order to merge with AI. And he wants us to be like Neo in the Matrix. So we can't be bowing down, kneeling down, and worshiping Elon Musk. He has to be looked at with extreme caution. And if you use Twitter, please start replying to Elon's tweets and then tag me in the tweet asking him to unblock me. He blocked me several years ago after I just replied to a tweet of his when he quit an advisory panel to the Trump administration after President Trump backed out of the Paris Climate Accord. Then Elon didn't want to have anything to do with him. And I responded with just one mildly snarky tweet about how he should just stick to building cars and, not talk about politics. And then he blocked me. So it wasn't like I was trolling him or harassing him. So if you do use Twitter, just reply to his. Don't send him a tweet because he's never going to see that. You have to reply to a tweet. The sooner after he tweets it, the better, because that's when people actually read their replies. If you're just sending him a random tweet, he's never going to see it, especially if you don't have a blue check mark, because he rarely will check those tweets. There's just way too many of them. But if he tweets something, you can reply to it, tag me in it. I would appreciate that. And to support my work, order a free Speech Zone shirt from my online store at markdice.com. Or if that's not your style, pick up an Evolution of the Media shirt, a Climate Change shirt, a Arrest Dr. Fauci shirt, or any of my awesome designs. All available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out.